Hello, and welcome to another episode of SCSU TV News. I'm Emina Demir.
And I'm Dan Zampano. Today, we will give you a look into an event titled White Privilege, President Joe Bertolino's third university dialogue, and of course, your sports update.
But first, a reminder for all of the seniors graduating in spring 2017. Caps and gowns will be available for pickup starting April 3rd in the library. Those planning on graduating this fall should go on southernct.edu for the graduation application by April 1st.
Well, our own Byron Breland and Sydney Jones sat in on an event called White Privilege, a conversation that brought together an array of students, faculty, and leaders during the university's 64 days of nonviolence. Here's a glimpse of what the event's coordinators had to say.
We were provoked 10 years ago when a colleague of ours wrote a letter to editor for a local paper denouncing Southern as, for its affirmative action.
Let's be honest, when not to just draw two simple pictures, but in this period right now, let's just call it what it is, the Trump era, which is hard to actually get those words out because you can just see them, it's like mouth bombing. But so our side, the left, I think a lot of people would call them progressive.
White Privilege, an event hosted during SCSU's 64 Days of Nonviolence, allows students and faculty to express their feelings of resistance toward a newfound attitude some call the Trump era.
This time, I kind of knew where I should went for my solidarity. I got a wonderful group of colleagues, students, and colleagues who are not on the faculty, from student affairs, from ISO, from NAACP, from Southern Rising, from Women's Studies. So we got together a pretty nice group of people who would like to have a conversation. They say, yes, we need it.
I think that we would all be remiss in this room if we didn't mention why this is such an important conversation in this particular moment. I think the election of Donald Trump has brought more urgency to this question and has made clear on by his intent to attack all of us, right? We can look down the line from education to housing to the arts, labor, environmental protections. Donald Trump's Make America Great Again economic policy is nothing more than a regressive tax cut for the wealthy coupled with deep slashes to necessary and important social welfare programs.
Race is everything. Race is politics, race is emotions, race is also part of this big white capitalist project.
With spring rolling in, it's time to welcome the class of 2017's accepted students. The campus will hold its annual Accepted Day on Saturday, April 1st. During his university dialogue last week, President Joe mentioned that the campus had already seen a 40% increase in students attending compared to last year. He encouraged faculty and current students to welcome the soon-to-be high school graduates to help them get a lasting impression.
WSIN's Quinn O'Neill and I sat down with the president, and he was able to elaborate on many of the things he touched upon during the university dialogue. Here's a small part of that interview.
I don't know where the time has gone. In some ways I feel like I just arrived yesterday, and from another perspective, I feel like I've been here for quite some time. Tuition has increased quite a bit at virtually every institution across the nation, and in particular for public institutions.
For the rest of the interview, click here or the link in the description.
Comedian and Cincinnati native Tom Segura is performing at the Lyman Center on Friday, April 7th at 8 p.m. Two of Segura's shows, Mostly Stories and Completely Normal, are both currently streaming on Netflix. Students, faculty, or outsiders interested in seeing Segura in his No Teeth, No Entry tour can purchase tickets on the Lyman Center website or at the box office.
Although the semester is more than halfway through, some of Southern sports have just started picking up again. We'll pass it over to Catherine Krajcik for your SCSU TV sports update.
Thank you, Emina, and hello, Owl Nation. There sure are a lot of accomplishments that we need to talk about. Between the winter and spring season, where do I even begin? Michael Mallory. Yep, let's start with Michael Mallory. He is officially the all-time leading scorer in NE10 history. He earned this title when the Owls defeated Southern New Hampshire in the first round of the NCAA tournament. They went on to play St. Rose in the next round, but unfortunately lost 67-47. 2,515 points, though. That's a lot of buckets. Mallory also went on to earn himself first team All-Region for Division II, ECAC Player of the Year, and for the second year in a row, All-American. What a great way to end your career, Michael. Moving on to the swim team. What a Cinderella story for them. Well, not exactly, but yes, they were able to come out on top in the closest NE10 swim meet in the conference's history. But they actually did not physically receive the trophy until this week due to the recount that was going on that night. The team ended up not being able to have a proper ceremony because they were recounting the scores until midnight. So on to baseball and softball. They are coming out stronger than last year. The baseball team is already 11-4-1, and the softball team just got word that Juliana Darkangelo was the Chick-fil-A SCSU Athlete of the Week. Congrats, Juliana. The softball team goes on to play 6 games this week. We hope you guys can tune in next time when all the spring sports are in full swing and we have a full depth recap on the way. Back to you, Emma and Dan.
Well, that is all we have here for SCSU TV News. Thank you for watching. I'm Emina Demir.
And I'm Dan Zampano. Make sure to keep up on the latest on SCSU TV on our YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram pages. We'll see you next time, and have a great night, Southern.